Hi, I'm Theresa, a volunteer with the Urban Farming Institute in Oakland Park. I'm bringing you another video as part of our Act Now, Nourishing Ourselves Holistically video series, where we're talking all things health and wellness. Today we're going to talk specifically about deep breathing and meditation techniques. So both of these practices of deep breathing and meditation are incredibly beneficial in terms of stress management, and they really allow us to take a pause throughout the day, focusing on being intentional and being present, which can really help with body awareness. And these practices can help with reducing things like heart rate and blood pressure and improving mental clarity and focus throughout the day. So we're going to start with talking about breathing. Our subconscious breathing throughout the day is typically very shallow breaths coming from our chest. But during this practice, we want to focus on that slow, intentional, deep breathing coming from our diaphragm or our belly. The idea is to force our body to slow down, which is then going to send signals to our brain that it's okay to relax. So we'll start with a very slow breathing rate, and I'll talk you through that. This breathing rate will likely feel a little unnatural, potentially uncomfortable at first. Again, we're trying to force our body to slow down. If this isn't working for you, over time you can experiment with different breathing rates to find something that works. Again, this can be done anywhere and at any point in your day. So I like to include it at least in the morning with my meditation and in the evening to help reduce some stress and quiet my mind before I go to bed. But then I'll also try and incorporate it a few times in the middle of the day. So maybe when I'm sitting in traffic or on my lunch break before I have to get back to work, or even after a stressful interaction to avoid those stressful circling thoughts and kind of obsessing over that stressful interaction I had. I use the deep breathing just to bring some more mental clarity to myself. So get creative with how you can incorporate that in your day, get consistent, but we'll talk at the end of this video about some apps that help with deep breathing and meditation, getting consistent with practicing that. So now we're going to work into our meditation discussion. Meditation isn't simply turning off our brain, but more so quieting our mind from those circling, stressful, obsessive thoughts we have throughout the day, and just becoming more present, aware, and at peace with how we're feeling in the current moment. So it again allows for us to pause in our day. What we're going to work on is what's called a body scan. So it's a very simple thing to focus on as a new meditator. And what we do is we'll start from the top of our body and work our way down, focusing on one body part at a time, acknowledging that body part, visualizing it, recognizing any sort of sensation we have, and then reducing any tension we're carrying there. And then we'll move on to the next body part. And we'll take it one at a time, working our way down. These can get very in-depth based on how many body parts you're focusing on, but we're going to keep it very simple as I talk you through it today. The breathing during meditation isn't quite as deep and slow as what we had worked on earlier with our breathing techniques, but it's a bit more relaxed and comfortable during meditation. So whatever you find comfortable. Your mind will likely wander at some point through meditation, especially as a beginner. No need to get frustrated, just acknowledge those thoughts and let them float away as you work your focus back to your breath or the body scan. Now this practice does take a bit more focus, so if you're not already in a distraction-free environment, I would recommend doing that now, in a room by yourself hopefully, but I like to even make it a bit more intimate by lighting a candle or incense and maybe having a blanket close by in case I get cold. Just know that comfort is key during this practice. So if you need your back supported, make sure you're sitting in a chair or against a wall. If you find your back's aching or your feet are falling asleep, that's the only thing you're going to focus on during this practice. So get yourself comfortable with cushions or blankets or back support if you need that. Now, if you haven't already, get comfortable and I will talk you through our meditation practice. And now we'll begin our guided meditation practice. Now that you've found a comfortable seat, I invite you to gently close your eyes and take a few deep breaths on your own. And begin by bringing your attention to your body. Notice your body seated, feeling the weight of your body on the chair or on the floor. As you breathe, bring in more oxygen, enlivening your body. And as you exhale, a sense of relaxing more deeply. Then notice your forehead. Any tension you're holding in your brow or your temples. Relax them. Notice your jaw. Soften it. Let your whole face be soft. Notice your neck and your throat. Release any tension as you exhale. Notice your arms. Feel any sensations. Let your shoulders fall and be soft. Notice your hands. Are they tense or tight? Allow them to soften. Notice your stomach. Is it tense or tight? Allow it to soften. Notice your back, maybe against a chair. Soften any tension there. Notice your legs, any pressure, pulsing, or heaviness. Notice your feet on the floor, the weight and the pressure. Now notice your whole body. Bring attention to any other sensations you're feeling. Soften any other areas feeling tension. Take a few more deep breaths and acknowledge how you're feeling in this moment. And now we'll wiggle your fingers and your toes and softly open your eyes when you're ready. This concludes the introduction to the deep breathing and meditation techniques. I hope you found this pause in your day to be beneficial and will continue to find ways to implement this into your lifestyle. Remember, these techniques take time, patience, and practice, so make sure you're giving yourself that. I've included some apps in the description of this video that I've found to be very beneficial for additional tips and guidance with this deep breathing and meditation practice. So make sure to follow those links. Please also check out the rest of our Act Now videos in this series for all things health and wellness. And please make sure you're staying safe and staying healthy.